Hey everyone, Dave here. Before I get to my opening video for the Starfinder space station flip mat, I do want to take a moment to address something that I had mentioned in the pickup video in regards to the Packed Worlds sourcebook. So in that I had said that one of the common complaints that I heard was the price of the book was too high for what was referred to as a thin supplement. And I will freely admit, and I did in the comments because there were some people that did try to clarify things for me, and for everyone who did, I greatly appreciate it because it's outside of my wheelhouse basically when it comes to Pathfinder. But the issue is that the Starfinder books have been the same prices as most of the Pathfinder supplements and books, but those books tend to be closer to like the 300 page count for the same price. So I'm used to Dungeons & Dragons, specifically at this point in time, 5th edition. So when I looked at the page count and when I looked at the price, I compared it to what I knew, which was 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. And if you compare it to 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, the prices are actually pretty fair for what you get. The Packed Worlds book, for example, has more pages in it than something like Xanathar's Guide to Everything, and it was cheaper. So from my perspective, the prices were actually pretty good. But for the perspective of someone who's used to the Pathfinder line, then I can see where this would definitely be an issue if you're getting 300-page books for Pathfinder for, $40 US, and you're getting something that just comes in a little over 200 pages for $40 US for Starfinder. So I understand that. And like I said, it's just something that I'm not too familiar with. I only own 2 books for Pathfinder. One is the core rulebook. The other is the Advanced Player's Guide, and I bought both of those back in 2012. So it's been a very long time since I have looked at Pathfinder supplements. So for those of you who actually took the time to shed some light on this for me, I appreciate it, and I definitely can understand now where the concerns come with the price versus the page count. I still think it's fair, but I'm not used to the stuff like the other Pathfinder books, so I'll keep that in mind going forward. I wanted to do this and address this now because it's probably still going to be a couple of days before I get to do my review of the Packed Worlds book. I was hoping to have it done by Thursday. I'm thinking it's probably going to be uploaded on Friday, so I still have to have plenty of time to kind of be able to read through it, at least enough to be able to form a review for it. So I just want to address that now. So again, thank you guys very much, and without further ado, we'll go have a look at the Starfinder Space Station flip mat. Hello YouTube, Dave here again, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Starfinder flip mat. This is the space station version. This is the third of the flip mats that I have picked up for Starfinder. The other 2 that I have are the Urban Sprawl and the Cantina ones, and these are a product that I just absolutely love and adore. I don't have the basic ones yet. There's like the basic Battlefield and the basic Starfield. I might get those at some point, but I actually like the design look on these more, which is kind of why I gravitate towards them. So this is sort of like I said, the space station one. It says that you can use, like all the others, wet, dry, and permanent markers that will erase from the mat. So let's just flip it over. And so the dimensions are 24 inches by 30 inches, and it folds to 8 inches by 10 inches, and it has a 1-inch square grid. The marketing thing on the back here just says, your next port of call. Whether your heroes are defending a bustling space station from invading aliens or just looking for shore leave after a long voyage through deep space, no game master wants to spend precious time drawing every airlock, bulkhead, and corridor. Fortunately, with Paizo's latest Starfinder flip mat, you don't have to. This line of gaming maps provides ready-to-use science fantasy set pieces for the busy game master. The double-sided map features a park-like commercial center of a futuristic space station on one side, and the cramped corridors of an industrial platform on the other, providing the perfect setting for any space-based adventure. Don't waste time sketching when you could be playing. With Starfinder Flipmat's Space Station, you'll always be ready next time your players dock at a new station. And just in case this is someone's first time seeing one of these videos, what's really cool about this is it has the directions for use. And I'll try not to get myself too much in the picture there. So it just says a special coating on each flip mat allows you to use wet erase, dry erase, and permanent markers with ease. Removing permanent ink is easy. Simply trace over any permanent mark with a dry erase marker. Wait 10 seconds, then wipe off both marks with a dry cloth or paper towel. So I haven't actually tested this out yet myself, but I've had people message me and say that it works absolutely perfectly. From what I understand, based on viewer response, it does work. So that's actually really cool. If you are marking things and the session ends, instead of having to remember where things were marked, you can use the permanent marker, and when everything's done, just use the dry erase, rub it over top, and 10 seconds later you're good to go. The retail price for this is a $14.99 US. Now I live in Canada, so I paid $19.49 for this because the Canadian dollar is not doing so well, unfortunately. But well, fortunately, when it comes time to get my YouTube ad revenue and stuff, but when I go to buy things, it can certainly hurt, especially when they don't have a set Canadian price on there, which would have been nice. Anyway, so let's go ahead and have a look inside. I already pre-slit this open. I actually kind of want to keep the plastic if I can, just to make everything easier to sort of store. I did that for the Cantina one, I think. I still actually have the plastic for it, so I can just slide it back on. Kind of like what people used to do, and this is gonna date myself pretty bad, but if anyone remembers collecting vinyl or collecting records, a lot of times the records would be just slit open, and you would slide the stuff, to slide the record out, but you would keep the cellophane on the actual record. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave this, because this is just a paper sleeve that doesn't have anything on the inside. It's just pure white. So I'm just going to leave that in there, and this will sort of protect it when it's on my shelf. That's the basic idea behind it anyway, so let's just set this aside. Alright, and we will open this up. Got to move my coffee cup here. Alright, I am using the smaller kitchen table today. Our dining room table has been sort of cluttered with stuff, so it's going to be a little bit, I think, before I can get that cleaned off to the point where I can start using it again. But we'll just lay it out here, and I will pick up the camera and sort of pan over, which I did with the other ones. So like I said, I love these flip mats. The only sort of downside to them is getting them to sit flat when you first get them. But, there are things that you can do. So let's just have a look here. Try to pan out a little bit here. You got like sleeping quarters here, which is really cool. I guess are these showers? These kind of look like showers, although I don't see the shower head. I see a little bit of water, I think, on there. Anyway, still cool looking. And then you got sort of a mess area here. Then you have, looks like some cargo or freight. Anyway, like I said, these things are really cool. I love the design on these, and I collect these fancier looking ones for just the really cool looking designs. I just love the way these things are mapped out. I love the way that they look. Gotta have toilets. There you go. So there's the toilets there. Still not quite sure what those are. Could be the showers over here, but that is definitely the toilets. So yeah, so like I said, these things are just really cool, and I still think that this is the way that Wizards of the Coast should go with their D&D products. Just have something that's, their combat grid was okay, but I think it's going to be more prone to wearing out. Whereas this one, I think, is just going to look a lot, or this one might hold up a lot better. Alright, so you got looks like some bikes there, speeder bikes. And then you've got your sort of your outdoor settings. It looks like, and I could be wrong, these, yeah, maybe not. I was thinking that the areas down here were actually underneath these walkways, but you've also got like the stone. See if I can actually get my finger here. So you actually got like the stone borders all the way around. So these are probably like level with everything else, but if you want to just kind of sit on a bench and enjoy some lush greenery, then you can do that. So down here looks like a little diner. Oh. Just another grass area. This definitely looks like some sort of clothing shop. You got like the mannequin set up, which is kind of cool. I always just kind of picture having something where like these are actually robots that if somebody tries to break in or steal from the store, then they'll kind of spring to life and attack the intruders. And of course you got some much nicer looking beds up here with showers, obvious showers, toilets to the bathroom and the bed, even a little sitting area. So this is going to be your upper class sort of thing. Oh, get that out of the way. So yeah, we'll just kind of zoom out a little bit here. Well, I say zoom out, I'm holding the camera, so we'll just back up a little bit. So that's sort of what you got there. And we'll just flip it over one more time. Oh. And that's sort of the full thing there. So like I said, they are decent sized. And yeah, I absolutely love these maps. I think that they're great. I think that they're going to hold up a lot better than the combat grid or the adventure grid for D&D 5th edition, just where they don't have the card stock that they're using as well. And they fold up neatly. So, like I said, these are just absolutely fantastic products. I love them. I can't recommend them enough. And I think that the price points are fair for what you're getting. I mean, these are, usable, reusable, double-sided maps that are quite, decently sized as well. And, for $15 US, that's not bad in my opinion. The closer to $20 Canadian, it's a little bit more rough, but at the same time, I still think that this is a worthwhile product. And whenever these ones with like these kind of, really awesome designs come out, because I just love this rock garden thing, which I forgot to mention when I was looking through it, but like these are just really, really awesome. And these maps, having like these maps with these locations on them, actually makes me want to try to design encounters to take advantage of these locations. So you can have, you got the space station, the main space station kind of common areas, resting areas. You have the cantina, and if you're on a planet, then you have like the actual center, like city centers and stuff like that you can use, which is just really cool. So again, I love these quite a bit. And so if you're into Starfinder and you like to use miniatures, and you want to have some interesting locations to set up encounters in, then I definitely recommend these. So it would have been nice. The only thing I will say as a criticism of this is that for the space station, I would have liked to have seen something where you have like the airlocks, or some of the more utilitarian areas of the space station, because a fight near the loading bays, or where the docking bays is something that I think should be done. So if hopefully they'll do a second space station one where what they do is have those areas, those utilitarian areas, and not just so much the living areas. So that would be really cool. But again, this is a really nice map. I really enjoy having it now, and I'm glad that I picked it up. So anyway, let me know in the comments below what you guys think, and do you have any of these maps yourselves, and do you find that these maps serve as a source of inspiration for creating your own encounters? Thank you guys very much again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Funding for this channel is provided by my awesome supporters over on Patreon. So everyone who has donated to that, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. Even $1 a month helps immensely, and without your guys' support, this channel would not be possible. I want to provide special thanks to Kennedy S., David L., Will W., Michael L., The Twisted Tentacle Inn, and Roll Stats for their generous donations. Thank you again to everyone who's contributed, and all of you make this possible.